I'm going to go over TradingView's 1-year price target for 10 stocks, and I'm going to mark out the channel that we are currently in on the daily time frame. First up is Sbux. The 1-year price target is now $105. When I last looked at it, it was $125, so it has been revised downward. Now the channel that we are in is right here to the north side. And I'm going to mark to the south side. And this is an old line that I previously marked out on the 5 minutes, so I will delete that and ignore this line and that line. Those are my previous buy-in lines. All right, the next one I want to go over is Avgo. Again, all I'm doing is giving you the price targets. And for this stock, it is now $260. When I looked at it previously, we were at $194.13. It has been revised upward. And as you can see, we're very close to that. And so I looked at the next target, and that is $280.56. So if we can hit it, that would be fantastic. Now I'm going to mark out the middle of the trend here. Actually, let me get rid of this. This is where we are, 252.91. So the channel to the upside is right here, here, and here to the south side, because there's always a south side. And I will leave this because that is the line that I marked out on the 5-minute time frame. The next one is going to be Devon Energy. The 1-year price target is now $44.25. Oops, let me delete that. So we've got that line, this line to the south side, and the middle of the trend takes us back to right there. Let me delete that. We've got a gap that will take us to 36.94 as well. Next up, I'm going to clip along here. This looks like a hot mess only because I've drawn it out so many times, and I refuse to delete my old chart because I like to see where I've been and where I possibly will be headed because I am in this ticker. All right, the 1-year price target is now $160. I looked at that actually on June 7th, and today is the 11th. So has it been revised? Let me just look at that really quickly. No, still 160. And previously it was 150. So I'm going to mark that out. Actually, that doesn't look too clean. I'm going to delete it and redo it. Delete. Let me redraw that. There. And then, oops. You have to get it off of this. Let me just hit escape. Let's see if I can. No. It is wonky here. All right, let me see if I can get it off. Yeah, by doing this, which is hitting another favorite, it got rid of it. All right, there. And we are here, which we could chop sideways, and here. Let me delete that. Oops. There we go. On the daily, watch out for these gaps to the south side here. I'll need to go through and clean it up when I look at these tickers on the 5. All right, so, okay, this is ridiculous. The 1-year price target is 183.93, and it's a rolling target, so I have no idea when people clumped on and gave us this target, but we're super close, so we're going to hit that on Thursday, June 12th, and then the target after that is 205. Okay, and I will mark out, that's one target. The next target is there, and to the south side here. Let's go to, oh, let me point out one other thing. This gap has closed out. Note the bounce off of support, sell off at resistance, going down and then making our way back up. Oh, and watch out for these gaps to the south side, which I have not cleaned up in a while, as you can see. This will be a threat to our count to the south side, some landmines, and the RSI is almost getting at 70, which is overbought, or I like to use this as support and resistance. And I forgot to look, Sbux is at resistance, and it's getting frothy here, so watch out. Pltr, let's get back to that. As you can see, I've marked out these lines many times. Depends on what time frame I'm looking at this. But I do mostly technical analysis on the 5. I'm just doing something fun and different today, if you consider this fun, which I consider this fun. All right, so Pltr here and to the south side, and I'm going to do one, oh yeah, I did mark that. All right, so that's good. And then landmines to the south side. Oh, and we hit a 52-week high at 140. So congrats if you traded that, but I am keeping the shares that I bought in at 10.73, 12.20, and I think maybe even lower, but I got to go back and check that out. All right, the next one is, oh no, what am I doing? I just went back to Pltr. I digressed. So I just did Philip Morris and talked about these gaps here. This is old support and resistance lines. And note the bounce here, almost at this gap that acted as support, bounced up, sell off at resistance, buy in at support. On the way down, this turns into support. This is resistance. And what else? Support and a bounce. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's go to Conoco. So the 1-year price target is now 115.96. Let's mark out the range that we are in here and here. And I'm just going to go to the south side of that. There's a gap to the upside at 104.21, and this gap we're very close to at 95.09 on the daily. So this is a gap down, which means we will fill to the upside. So that we should hit also on Thursday. So that's a nice little gap up to 95.35. Note the bounce here at support and then sell off at resistance. This acted as resistance, falling back down. Sell off at resistance here, people taking their profits and they are running, they are locking in and leaving. Same with this area as well. Okay, RTX. The 1-year price target is now 140. What do I have? Why do I have 94? What the heck? Oh, it's 94%. Oh, 0.94%. Let me fix that. Okay, got to get off of this. There we go. 0.94%. Huh, I didn't fix it. Oh, that's because those are other dots. Those are the yellow dots I accidentally drew. Oops. Let me just do one thing. Let me move this out of my way first. Get rid of that. Oh, see how wonky this is? It's not deleting, and my cursor is right on that line. Let me fix this. 143.14. Very close to that. And then what is after that? 160. To the upside. And then here. All right. So we've got the middle of the trend here. Here. And here for now. And this is an old one that I have marked out on the 5-minute, but that's not what I'm doing right now. Chipotle. So the 1-year price target is 58.45, and it was, when I looked at it, 63.12, so that is no longer in play. And that should have been in white. Yeah, I have changed my colors around, so I keep this consistent, and I want to keep this consistent as well. So when I quickly look at this, I know what those lines mean. And I marked out these lines in 2024. They were in the middle of the trend lines, or at 2 standard, or at -2 standard deviations. All right, or the middle of the trend. So we are here. Let me mark out the new channel we are in for the daily time frame. You're going to get different buy and sell signals depending upon which time frame you are in. All right. So we had a gap down to 48.76, and that is no longer in play. I'll have to clean that up later. That is it for Chipotle. Altria Group. The 1-year price target is now 73. Middle of the trend. Okay. So we could chop sideways, follow this line, or hit resistance here and go sideways, or hit support down here and go sideways as well. And was there? No. Oh. No, I think that's it. Okay. Well, I marked out this gap a long time ago. That's closed at 55.08. This gap closed also here. This gap is still in play to the downside, and that will take us to roughly 49.13. Watch out for that on the daily time frame. Oops. You have to hit it like precisely. It's just better to draw it bigger. Let me just mark this out. Not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. Something to be aware of. And this is the last one I'm going to do. And the 1-year price target is now 79.23. Those yellow lines I marked out in 2024, so ignore them. One day I will delete it, but not right now. So that's one target to the north side. This is to the south side. And then below that, down here. And what is happening with CVS? We hit resistance, fell down. We've got a gap right here that will take us to 66.88. Support and a bounce, support and a bounce. This is support down here and a bounce. This gap is still in play. This gap is still in play, it looks like. And these gaps have closed out, but I need to go through and clean that up as well. Well, that is a look at some price targets on the daily time frame also. If there is a ticker that you want me to go over, please let me know, and have a great trading day.